I'm ready whenever you are.
I need my key card.
All right, joined by University of San Diego men's tennis head coach Ryan Keckley after a thrilling 4-0 win for his program over the UCLA Bruins to send USD to program first, Sweet 16. Coach, I'm not going to ask for opening comments like I normally would. Let's just get right into it. What a day for you in this program. A round that had evaded you the last 4 years. How gratifying is this one onto program history, first Sweet 16 for you and your club?
Yeah, joy. Very, very joyous moment. I want to first hats off to UCLA, honestly Arizona State and UCSB. We had a heck of a region. A lot of respect to all three of those programs, especially UCLA. I mean, we had a tough match with them earlier in the season, so we knew it was going to be a battle, and we struck first at the doubles point. And we did a really good job capturing some momentum early in the first sets. I call it the second quarter. And we really pushed ahead, and I'm proud of my boys for handling the moment because that's tough to do. And I think the match against UCSB, if I'm being honest, it really helped us because UCSB punched us, man. And this is what this is. It's a fight. You know, you get punched and they punch back, and you punch and they punch back. And we talk about the momentum swings all the time. And that match with UCSB really challenged us and helped us to face some adversity that UCLA gave us today.
Let's stay with the match initially here, Coach, a little bit. Yesterday at post-game, you said, one thing that you named as, to look for today is that doubles point and how important it was. You dropped it both times that you played the Bruins the last 2 years. Talk about getting that one today, first of all, to set yourself up.
Yeah, I thought we had the right scouting report. We understood exactly who these teams were, and we went out and executed really well. We handled the big moments, and I thought, for all in all, our 1 through 4 held true, and we served at a very high level. And most importantly, we just managed the emotions. I mean, this is such an emotional roller coaster. You think about it, you're starting in September. I mean, for me, I've been doing this for 11 years. So this moment is what I've been thinking about. This moment is what I've been dreaming about. And so for these players to come here and manage the expectation, the nerves, the crowd, everything the way they did, and that's what really differentiated us today and helped us cross the finish line.
Coach, you were on court an hour more than the Bruins yesterday, and you played second. And as you mentioned, those first sets, I mean, you won all 6 of them yesterday, 5 of 6 today after that doubles point. What was the message? I mean, how did you look like you were had so much energy and had more energy than the Bruins after what happened yesterday?
Yeah, credit to our strength and conditioning program. I think it's been fantastic, and also to the guys. I mean, everything they do, they buy in. It's a very professional group. It's a hard-working group. It's a group that's built on a system that they believe in. And I had a lot of faith that our legs would hold true, even on these kind of courts. And we're accustomed to 2.5, 3.5, 4-hour practice at times. And on physical courts, you just get used to it, And one thing I've learned is the doubles point in those first sets is an opportunity to strike. And it's something we've had a challenge with this year is that third quarter, the second sets, we take our foot off the gas pedal. And today we did a wonderful job keeping our foot on the gas, on the accelerator, and taking it rather than letting somebody give it to us.
All right, Coach, I think last thing on the match itself before some bigger picture, it was ultimately 2 of your 3 seniors today, moments apart there with Ollie and then Stian, literally a couple of minutes apart there to clinch this one and send you to that first ever Sweet 16. What can you say about that kind of pleasant irony?
Yeah.
And, that senior leadership heading into this one?
It's storybook stuff. Ollie would always said that if he was going to come back for his 4th year last year, it was going to be with Stian Klaassen because he understands how much Stian bleeds for this program, and Stian understands how much Ollie bleeds for this program. So for both of them to do it, and not only at the WCC championship, but at the round of 16 and do it back to back, can't write that stuff. So just so proud of them because they're gonna have this for the rest of their lives. I went out in the round of 16. That was the last match on, and that was my last memory. And these memories that these boys are carrying with each other, it's exceptional. This is what's going to keep the program moving forward. It's what's going to keep them coming back for more. And I'm just so proud of the way this group fought, and especially those 2.
All right, Coach. I asked Ollie about this as well. I don't know all the details, of course, but after an incredible summer for him in his homeland, I'm guessing he had a choice to make. I asked him, I imagine that his biggest goals coming back were to reclaim those 2 conference trophies and finally take this program where it hadn't been before. He and this program have now achieved that. What can you say about his decision to come back and what he has meant to you and USD over the course of these past 4 years?
Yeah, he's left a legacy here, no doubt about that. It's funny, I think it was first or second qualies round of Wimbledon. He calls me up. He's like, "I'm coming back." I'm like, "Oh, let's live in the moment, right? Let's take a second to breathe and just drink it all in." And after he qualified for Wimbledon, he called me up, and I was on a plane to England, and he's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know I'm coming back." And I'm like, "Oh, just enjoy it, man. Enjoy it." He wins his first round. He's like, "I'm coming back. I'm coming back." I'm like, "All right, let's just." Then he's playing Carlos, and I'm like, "Man, you beat Carlos, you're not coming back." But no, he's learned a lot here, and he knows how much we have suffered with him along the way. His journey has been a unique one. A lot of his development came off the court, and he matches exactly what this program stands for: work ethic, character, culture. And to see what he does, he not only does it for himself, but he learned a very valuable lesson that if you do it for other people and you do it for your teammates, you get results, and he bleeds it. And that's what's so cool to see, is because he went full circle with that message. Same way August did, and the same way we're teaching the young guys. You bleed for this program, they'll bleed for you, and he has certainly bled for this program.
Coach, I think 2 final things. How about a word about the crowd support again this weekend? Over 1,000 into this facility over the course of the weekend. May or may not be your last home match of the year. Hopefully not, but it very well may be. What can you say about that support yesterday and today, please?
Yeah, when I was thinking about this 10 plus years ago, this is what I imagined. Uniting the city of San Diego, tennis fans, supporters, coming here to celebrate University of San Diego. And I'm just so happy that people showed up, and they showed their support, they showed their love, they showed their commitment, and they got a result. Because not every day you're walking out of here smiling. There's been plenty of moments I'm not. But today it was incredible just to witness the support, the true support of the city, and the Torero fans all over the city.
Yeah, okay. How about a final word on legacy, Coach? Again, first ever Sweet 16 after years of trying. Fantastic facility, America's finest city. What can you say just about your alumni that kind of paved the way for this group of 9 to finally break past that second round, your donors, etc.
Yeah.
Talk about the future of your program a little bit, please.
Well, one of the big components of my program is gratitude. And every day we run around this facility and we go over to court 4 or court 8 and we slap the back wall. And it used to be an area that was celebrating USD alumni. And it's to remember who became before you and who has paved the way. And it's a really nice message to make sure that they understand it's not all about them, right? It's about this program. It's about each other. And when, like I said before, when you can figure that out in your younger days, good things are in front of you. Really excited about the future of this program, but right now I'm going to live in the moment, and I'm going to celebrate with my guys.
Coach, we love this moment for you. Congratulations on a tremendous achievement this afternoon. Best of luck to you next weekend and moving forward in this tournament. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you. Go Toreros.
All right, here with senior Ollie Tarvet after a thrilling 4-0 victory for USD over UCLA here at home in the second round of the NCAA championship to send this program into its first ever Sweet 16. Ollie, wow, what a day, what a thrill. Hard to know where to start with questioning you, but let's go back to last summer. What a tournament for you at Wimbledon in your native country. You made a decision to come back to this program for your 4th and final year. I imagine top of mind for you was 2 more West Coast Conference trophies and to finally take this program beyond that second round. How gratifying must it be for you to have achieved those goals?
Yeah, massively. It's a massive accomplishment, for not only myself but also the program and, everyone that's, given to this program, alumni. And yeah, it was really special. Always our goals. Ryan, our head coach, talks about it. Is that obviously we want to be winning the regular season and the tournament in WCCs. We want to be hosting, and then I think the biggest goal out of all of them was to reach the Sweet 16 of NCAAs. I know Ryan, it was you saw his reaction. His reaction was priceless. It was just pure joy, pure relief, because he's been here for 11 years. And I can't recall how many times he lost around 32, but. Not only for him, but also for the alumni as well. As I said, it was just really special, to be able to do it in such a convincing fashion as well. I thought we played a really complete match, especially with the crowd here as well, supporting us on, cheering us on, give us a massive boost. And yeah, kind of lost for words, speechless about what happened today. And couldn't be prouder of everyone who made this happen and put in a good effort today.
Let's talk a bit about the action, Ollie, in doubles. We talked to Coach Keckley after yesterday's match. He named doubles as the one really important thing that he was going to be looking at this year. You lost doubles point to the Bruins each of your last two meetings, though you did win one of those matches. But they played a clean 2-hour match yesterday. You guys played afterward and went 3+ hours, but you looked to be the fresher side. You won that doubles point and really jumped on him early in singles. How big was that that doubles point for you to get things rolling today?
Yeah, it was massive for the confidence. I knew even if we did win or we lost doubles point, obviously I still favour us, but to get off to a quick start, and really set the tone from the first point in doubles, was a massive thing for us. And I actually think, of course, you want to have a clean match in around a 64, but I think we were battle tested and I think we were ready. Our guard was up. We knew that UCSB would be a war, and that's exactly what we got. And UCLA played a really clean match yesterday, and I feel like maybe they're a little bit more relaxed than we were, just because we were battle tested, as I said. So it was going back to your point, it was really key for us to get that doubles point, just to keep that momentum. And obviously they've, as you said, they've taken doubles point from us the last 2 times we played. And I also thought we did a really good job, not only capturing that first quarter in the doubles point, but also then winning 5 out of 6 first sets in the singles as well. I feel like we just carried that momentum, and ultimately the pressure told.
A little more specifically about singles then, Ollie. I believe you were down 5-4 in that second set. A player that you split 2 meetings with, at least in dual action in your career the last 2 years, Spencer Johnson, came back and won those last 3 with a break in between. You as a senior, and then literally a couple of minutes after you, fellow senior Stian got the clincher to move you to that round of 16. Talk about your singles match a little bit, and the fact that 2 seniors were what put you over the top.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a tricky one coming in today. I saw Spencer in, I think, February when we lost to UCLA in a heartbreak. He's a exceptionally talented player. Just a really good tennis player that I knew had to be at my best, not only physically but also mentally today. And he has a serve that I think is maybe the best in college tennis. It's coming in at 135, 140 miles an hour. With a lefty slice. It's not easy, and also puts a lot of pressure on your service games, because you know how good of a server he is. But I thought I did a really good job, taking care of what I can control, on my serve and and my patterns of play, and I just knew that, when I got my opportunity on his service games, that I have to be ready. I have to take them, put returns in court, and be ready to run. And I thought I did a good job of that. Sustaining focus, keeping greedy and on his service games. Ultimately the pressure told it. At 5-5, I strung a really good game together, with the crowd behind me as well. I feel like they could sense that, that the finish line was close, and they really gave me a big push, from an energy standpoint, for me to get that break at 5-0, and, closing out to love as well at 6-5 was a really good feeling.
Finally, Ollie, you mentioned the crowd a couple times here. We didn't get a chance to talk to you after yesterday's win. But over 600 yesterday on a weekday afternoon. School in session, over 400 back today for this one. We hope that it's not, but it may very well be your last home match as a Torero. What has it meant to you to call this place home for these past 4 years?
So it's a really good question. You know, it's meant everything. You know, this program has given so much to me. I remember as a freshman, you know, dealing with a lot of struggle, you know, on and off the court, you know, not really being able to figure out, you know, the collegiate system. And, you know, I remember having so many phone calls with Ryan. You know, he was, you know, sitting me down and, you know, and not only, you know, actually just not only talking through my problems, but finding solutions. You know, and I'll forever be grateful for this. You know, because ultimately, if he hadn't guided me through my freshman year, you know, I wouldn't be in the position that I am right now. And, you know, obviously I owe a lot to Ryan, but also, you know, Alex as well, the amount of times that we spent on court together. You know, in early mornings, you know, I'm going to treasure those, you know, those practices for the rest of my life. And, you know, luckily I get to do it for another week, because obviously you go to Texas, you know, and we play next Saturday. So, you know, I get another week of enjoying it, and hopefully we can extend it for 2 weeks as well. You know, obviously that's our goal. We've achieved a goal of making, you know, Sweet 16, something we've never done before. But, you know, I know what this team's capable of. I feel like we showed it today, you know, and I know that, you know, we're not satisfied yet, and we can go even further. You know, but back to your point about what it means to me, you know, especially, as I said, everything that USD's done for me, it was a massive reason why I wanted to come back to USD, because they'd given so much to me. And, you know, I had a lot of people, you know, journalists or, you know, fans saying that I was ready to go pro. But for me, you know, whether I was or wasn't ready to go pro was relevant to me, you know, because I knew I wanted to finish, you know, my 4 years at USD and, you know, see out my last season for USD and, you know, give back as much as they've given to me. You know, I'm just really proud of everyone and really thankful for everyone that's, you know, gotten this program to where it is, and also, you know, given me the opportunities that they've given me, and the success, you know, is ultimately from the hard work of everyone else.
Awesome, Ollie. Well, congratulations on all your achievements as a USD Torero, including today. Thank you for your time, and best of luck next weekend and moving forward in this tournament and in your tennis career. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, here with fifth-year senior Stian Klaassen after USD defeated UCLA 4-0 at home this afternoon in the second round of the NCAA championship. Stian, let's get right into it. Uncharted territory for this program. You're a fifth-year senior, just fresh off 1 week ago, being the clincher in a third straight West Coast Conference tournament title. You had the clinching point to send this program to the first Sweet 16 in its history. How does that feel?
I mean, lost for words. I mean, as you said, it's been 5 years, a hard 5 years of working, of losing in the round of 32, a couple times against USC, one time in Texas against Texas A&M. This is what we work for. I mean, it's been 5 years. Last year a heartbreak, year before a heartbreak, and to get it done in front of our fans, in front of our true Torero crowd was an amazing feeling. And to do it in the way we did was amazing, in under 3 hours almost, and to not have to play 3 sets I was very happy with, because obviously they're a great team and you never know they're going to fight back in those 3 sets. And yeah, we did our job. We were very consistent throughout the whole match, and the crowd helped us a lot, and obviously very happy.
Yeah, as a senior leader, Stian, I mean, I mentioned to Ollie, like, you know, UCLA played first yesterday. They were done in 2 hours. You guys went 3+. What was the message to the younger guys on this team, you and the seniors, as to how to kind of prepare for a battle like this one? You look like you guys had more energy from the very get-go.
Yeah, even though yesterday could have been a little bit easier, we could have maybe finished a little quicker. We were honestly happy that we maybe got punched in the face a little bit, that it took us a bit longer than it maybe should have, because you get tested, you know, in those moments, the tighter moments, you see who sticks to their patterns, who sticks to their identity, and who just wants it more. And maybe UCLA didn't get punched in the face yesterday. So today, when we took it to them, they maybe got caught off guard a little bit, and we were already in that zone, in that space, and yeah, we took it to them and didn't like let it go. So it was great.
I'd like a word from you, Stian, specifically about Coach Keckley. Again, you've played for him for 5 years now. All 5 of these years, you guys got past the first round. The last 4 of them, you were unable to get past the second round. How much did these 9 guys want to get past this round for Coach today?
Oh, very badly. I mean, us seniors, me, Ollie, Neo, obviously Lambo has been here for 4 years as well. We've we've seen the heartbreak of the losing of the round of 32. We've seen what it does to you. We obviously, we want to do it so bad, and last year to not do it in front of the home crowd was obviously devastating with the guys that we had leaving, the leader in Blake Asday, Ido Vasa, and a couple of the other guys. We were very happy to do it for Ryan Keckley and Alex Funkauer's there, Carlos Broncho as well. They've been here for a very long time, as long as I have. So to do it for them, to do it for the boys, to do it for the crowd, everyone, the alumni. We had a bunch of people come out from past teams. We're just happy to do it. They're all in it, and hopefully some of them come out next week, wherever we'll play. Maybe here, maybe somewhere in Texas. Yeah, we'll try to go far, and yeah, it's not the end.
Right, so before I forget, rumor has it that there's some head shaving about to be going on. Where did this come from? Is there any truth to it? What can you tell us about this?
I actually have no idea where it came from.
Not pleased.
I mean, with his hairline, I would not be pleased either. No, my freshman year, it got introduced to me. It was when we get past the round of 32. It's like a reward. It's like a buzz cut, and it's kind of like this. I mean, when in hockey, when you bleach your hair before the playoffs, that's kind of the vibe. And we always tell the freshmen when they come in, it's like, past around 32, we'll buzz our head. And you know, it takes a little bit to get used to, it takes a little bit to accept. But now today, we deserved it, we earned it, I really wanted it. So yeah, next week we'll be rocking somewhere, we're playing some doubles with no hair. I don't know how I'll look with my big head, but we'll be free, and we'll be happy and just compete our nuts off. Oh.
Right, last two, Stian. I just wanted to ask, it looked for a while there that this was going to, once again, for the third straight time against UCLA, come down to a third set on a singles court, and then all of a sudden, Ollie broke to make it to go up 6-5, and you pulled it your second set into a tie break, and within seconds of each other, two of the three seniors on this team did what they needed to do to close this thing out. Talk a little bit about how you and Ollie came through in those final moments, please.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was up a break 2 times in the second set, and I was playing very solid, and my opponent was great. He made some adjustments and came back well. He broke me back, but I didn't panic. Kept to my patterns that worked. Coach Keckley, he kept me focused. He kept me on my own court, because it's easy to look around and see what happens on the other courts. And yeah, when I got to that breaker, tiebreaker is kind of who puts more balls in the court. It's not about who hits more winners or who comes to the net more. It's kind of who wants to put more balls in the court, who wants to run more left and right. And that was kind of my mindset in that tiebreaker. And yeah, when the last ball flew out, I knew Ollie won, because I heard the crowd go crazy. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, dropped the racket, dropped the hat, just started looking around, and yeah, then I saw all the boys jump on me and celebrate, and yeah, it was a surreal feeling to do with Ollie as well at the same time. Obviously, after a good performance in doubles as well, we told each other in doubles, doesn't matter how we do it, we just do it together. Lose or win, we just do it together. And that was kind of the message throughout singles as well, with the guys on the side, Vincent, with Manvidas on my other side on the court. It was just, doesn't matter how we do it, we should do it together.
All right, Stian, last thing before we let you hit the showers here. I asked Ollie as well, hopefully not your final home match, depending on the result in Austin that's currently underway, but it may very well be. Again, as a fifth-year senior, we had over 1,000 in attendance over the course of the 2 days of this regional. What has it meant for you to call this place home for these past 5 years as a USD Torero?
It's been a great feeling. Hopefully we've made the Torero community proud of how we competed today, of how we wore the SD badge on our chest. Hopefully they enjoyed watching us compete, watching us bring the energy, and we appreciate them a lot. I mean, like, it makes such a big difference when there's a big crowd supporting you, having your back, going to war with each other. And yeah, to be honest, 5 years has gone so fast. I've made so many great memories, so many great relationships with the people here, the alumni, the previous players, the previous coaches, the other student athletes on this campus. It's been great watching them come out and support our program, and hopefully we can put University of San Diego on the map more with our athletics. I think we've been doing a great job in the past 5 years, and hopefully when I'm gone, when Ollie and Neo are gone, this program can still reach new heights, and hopefully yeah, we made them all proud.
All right, Stian, congratulations on an outstanding career. Hopefully much more to come the next 2 or 3 weekends. Thank you for your time. Congratulations on today's result, and best of luck to you and your team and you in your future. Thank you.
Thank you. Go Toreros.